A small plane has crashed into Lake Ontario off the shores of Tommy Thompson Park. Toronto police say a man in his 40s was on board the plane when it went down not far from Billy Bishop Airport. They've been rescued and are with the Marine unit. CB24 is heading to the scene. Stay with us for more on this developing story. Well, with a reaction to what's playing out right now, let's bring in CTV's aviation specialist, Phil Dirty, who joins us live with more on this. Always appreciate your time, Phil. From your initial assessment, what's your take on what potentially happened here?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jamie. Well, it looks like the reporting is a small privately owned aircraft went down in the water. From the pictures we've seen and the location, it looks like the aircraft was trying to get back to Toronto Island Airport. And it had on board an aircraft ballistic recovery system. On the pictures, you can see there's a red and white stripes you can see underneath the water, which is actually a parachute. The aircraft ballistic recovery system was invented about 1982, and what it is a ballistic parachute that's attached to the back of the aircraft. And if the aircraft has an engine failure or is in distress, what they can do is they can pull the handle in the cockpit and deploy the parachute, and it brings the aircraft down, floats it down safely to the ground. And one of the things on the Cirrus aircraft, it has been incorporated since 2003. So it's a really good piece of equipment to have on the aircraft.
Take us through what a pilot would be dealing with when they are having any kind of engine trouble and they do have to land in the water. Take us through that process.
Well, as part of the pilot training, what we do is we have emergency landings, right? So if the engine is failing, the pilot's going to try to baby the engine to try and get it home and get it back to the runway. If not, then he's going to have to look at a suitable place to land. So if there's a farmer's field, but in this case, it didn't seem to be any good places to land, so they had to ditch in the water. But having that ballistic parachute deployed, it helps him land anywhere and land safely, and that's why the man didn't have any injuries.
And from what we're hearing, the man in his 40s survived this crash. It's always incredible anytime there's a significant plane crash and anyone survives. Does that tell you maybe something about the experience of this particular pilot? We don't know, obviously, but has to be pretty lucky.
Yeah, it's hard to say at this point. I mean, it seems like there was a mechanical malfunction of the aircraft. And like I said, with aviation is getting safer and safer as the days go by. And this aircraft recovery system is second to none. It can save a lot of lives, and it's a good piece of equipment to have on the aircraft.
What kind of post-mortem goes into something like this after a plane crashes when it comes to any kind of safety reviews, or aviation, some sort of review? What happens moving forward?
Well, what's going to happen is first thing they're going to do is they're going to recover the aircraft, and because of the parachute deploying, it probably reduced the amount of damage that the aircraft would have sustained when it hit the water. So what they'll do is they'll bring the aircraft up, put it on a barge, they'll take it back probably to Toronto Island, and they'll do a forensic audit on the aircraft to see what exactly happened. The Cirrus aircraft, I don't know if it's a Cirrus aircraft or not, but a lot of the smaller aircraft these days, they're very, very reliable. So something must have gone wrong to make them deploy the parachute.
Well, we'll see what happens when it comes to the investigation. Phil Dirty, always appreciate your time. Thank you.
Great. Thanks for having me, Jamie.